Did you know that Tory Lanez, the multi-platinum artist, once lived in a car and sold mixtapes to survive? This is the compelling beginning of our story. A story of resilience and raw talent. The story of Daystar Peterson, known to the world as Tory Lanez. Born on the 27th of July 1992 in the bustling city of Toronto, Canada, Tory was introduced to a life of music and struggle at an early age. His mother, a dedicated missionary and devout believer, passed away when Tory was just 11 years old, a pivotal moment that would shape the course of his life forever. In the wake of such a tremendous loss, Tory moved to Miami with his father and stepmother. But the Sunshine State didn't bring much light for Tory. The struggles he faced were unimaginable. He found himself without a roof over his head, living out of a car, and the only way to survive was by selling his music on the streets. But through it all, Tory's love for music never wavered. In fact, it was his beacon of hope. His talent was undeniable, his flow unmatched. He started to create mixtapes, pouring his heart and soul into every track. He sold these mixtapes on the streets, using the money to feed himself and fuel his dreams. The mixtapes began to resonate with people. They saw the raw talent, the uncut diamond that was Tory Lanez. His distinctive sound and storytelling began to create a buzz on the streets of Miami, and it wasn't long before the music industry started to take notice. But the road to stardom was not easy. Tory faced countless rejections, closed doors, and heartbreaks, yet he never gave up. He continued to stay true to his music, to his story, to himself. He believed in his talent, and he knew that his music had the power to touch people's souls. From these humble beginnings, Tory Lanez was about to embark on a journey to stardom. A journey filled with challenges, triumphs, and controversies. But that's a story for another time. Tune in next time as we delve deeper into the life and times of Tory Lanez. From selling mixtapes on the streets of Miami to signing with Sean Kingston's Time Is Money Entertainment in 2009, Tory Lanez's rise was nothing short of meteoric. Born Daystar Peterson, Tory Lanez was a young dreamer with a knack for music. But it was his audacious spirit that really set him apart. He got his first taste of the limelight with his debut mixtape TL2 to We, a nod to his journey from Toronto to Miami. This mixtape was a testament to Tory's ability to blend different genres, creating a unique sound that would later become his signature. But the real turning point came in 2015, when he signed with Mad Love Records and Interscope Records. This was a game changer. Suddenly, Tory was rubbing shoulders with the industry's heavyweights, his music reaching a wider audience and his name on everyone's lips. His breakthrough single Say It took the world by storm. Infusing R&B with dancehall vibes, this track heralded a new wave in hip-hop. It topped charts and broke records, catapulting Tory into the realm of the superstars. And if that wasn't enough, he followed up with Love, another chart-topping hit that further cemented his place in the music industry. Tory wasn't just a rapper or a singer, he was a musical chameleon, able to adapt and experiment with different styles and genres. His versatility was his strength, and he wielded it like a pro, charming listeners with his innovative approach to music. And then there were his live performances. Tory was a born performer, his energy infectious and his stage presence undeniable. He had this uncanny ability to command an audience, to draw them in and keep them hooked from start to finish. It was this raw, unfiltered talent that made him a force to be reckoned with. Tory Lanez had made it big, but with fame came controversy. In 2020, Tory Lanez made headlines not for his music, but for a shooting incident involving fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion. In the early hours of July 12, 2020, an altercation occurred that would significantly alter the trajectory of Tory Lanez's career. An argument escalated into a physical confrontation, culminating in Megan Thee Stallion suffering gunshot wounds to her feet. This disturbing incident set in motion a series of legal battles that would plague Tory for the foreseeable future. Shortly after the incident, Tory was arrested and charged with carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle, a felony in California. However, the full extent of his alleged involvement wasn't disclosed until months later, when Megan publicly accused Tory of being the one who shot her.
This accusation led to Tory facing additional charges of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. The severity of these charges, coupled with the high-profile nature of the case, meant that Tory's legal battles were far from straightforward. He pleaded not guilty and the court proceedings were drawn out, creating a cloud of uncertainty and speculation. Despite the grave allegations, Tory maintained his innocence throughout, releasing an album titled Daystar, in which he addressed the incident and professed his innocence. This move was met with mixed reactions, with some seeing it as a bold expression of truth and others viewing it as a tasteless attempt to capitalize on a traumatic event. As the court proceedings continued, Tory's legal woes deepened. In October 2021, he was found in violation of a protective order issued in Meghan's favor when he appeared at the same music festival. This resulted in his bail being increased and further tarnished his public image. The court case cast a shadow over Tory's career, but it wasn't the only controversy he was involved in. The Meghan Thee Stallion incident was just one in a series of legal battles that Tory faced, each contributing to the complex narrative of his career. But as we'll see in the next scene, his legal troubles weren't the only storms he had to weather.
Tory Lanez is no stranger to rap beefs, having had public feuds with several artists. As the hip-hop scene often goes, rap beefs are a common occurrence, and Tory Lanez has had his fair share of them. Let's start with the most well-known one, the feud with Drake. The beef between these two Canadian rappers started in 2016 when Tory Lanez released his remix of Drake's song, Controller. Drake didn't take this lightly, and the war of words began. They traded shots in songs and interviews, creating a rift that lasted for years. However, by 2020, the two had put their differences aside and even collaborated on a couple of tracks, showing that even the fiercest rap beefs could find resolution. Next up, we have the beef with Joyner Lucas. This one began in 2018 when Tory claimed he was better than Joyner. The two then engaged in a rap battle, releasing diss tracks aimed at each other. It was a beef that drew a lot of attention and showcased the lyrical prowess of both rappers. Then there's Don Q. The beef between Tory and Don Q was sparked in 2019 after Tory declared himself the best rapper alive. Don Q didn't take kindly to this and released a diss track titled I'm Not Joyner. Tory responded with his own diss track, Don Queen, and the back and forth continued for a while. It's clear that Tory Lanez isn't afraid to stir the pot. His public feuds have sparked controversy, heated debates, and plenty of headlines. But it's also important to note that Tory isn't just about beefs. He's a talented artist with a knack for creating catchy tunes and memorable lyrics. So whether it's a war of words or a battle of bars, Tory Lanez is always ready to step up. His beefs have not only made for some interesting rap moments, but have also kept him in the public eye, ensuring he remains a relevant figure in the hip-hop world. While these beefs may have ruffled some feathers, they also serve to keep Tory Lanez in the spotlight. Despite the controversies, Tory Lanez's impact on the music industry cannot be denied. From the humble beginnings in Toronto to the glitz and glam of international fame, Tory Lanez's journey is a roller coaster ride of triumphs and trials. His life, as well as his music, is a testament to his resilience, a trait that has defined him throughout his career. His rise to fame was not without its hurdles. He had his fair share of legal battles, each of which threatened to derail his career. However, Tory proved time and time again that he could not be easily knocked down. He fought each case with the same tenacity that he demonstrated in his music, and despite the controversies, he continued to make a name for himself in the industry. Tory's rap beefs also played a significant role in shaping his career. His feuds with some of the biggest names in the industry, from Drake to Joyner Lucas, were often the talk of the town. These confrontations, while heated, only served to fuel his ambition, pushing him to prove his worth as an artist. His top-selling singles like Say It and Love skyrocketed him to the top of the charts, cementing his place as one of the most influential figures in the music industry. Tory's unique blend of rap and R&B, coupled with his lyrical prowess, has left an indelible mark on the genre. Yet, the Tory Lanez legacy is not just about his music. It's about his ability to rise above adversity, to turn obstacles into opportunities. His life and career serve as a stark reminder that success isn't always a straight path, that it's often fraught with challenges. But perhaps the most notable aspect of Tory's legacy is his resilience. Despite the setbacks, he continues to create music that resonates with his audiences, constantly evolving and pushing the boundaries of his craft. Tory Lanez's story is a testament to the power of resilience. From the streets of Miami to the heights of stardom, his journey continues to captivate audiences worldwide.